Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. Okay, I'm back again. I think this is my third live today. Wow. They're short though. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Put it that way. I am pleasantly surprised that from the inside out, from the inside out, I'm smiling again, guys. I'm smiling again. I think it's safe to say that I'm happy. I mean, I haven't been happy in so long till over the past few months, maybe like, I don't know, maybe since the cruise, since I've been on the cruise and stuff like that, you know, my life feels lighter. It feels lighter. And it's not that my circumstances have changed a whole lot. No, just me, inside out. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because I was married for 32 years. And I did not expect ever to be divorced for the second time at this age. I'm 55 years old. I didn't expect to, but I'm here. I'm here. I dreaded it. It wasn't my desire. It wasn't my choice to be here. But, I've adjusted. It's taken up to 5 years to recover from being walked out on and left for another woman. You know, it took 5 years for me to get here to this space. And I haven't rushed anything. I haven't rushed the process. I let it just flow. Whatever needed to happen at any particular point in time, I let it. Whether good or bad, I let it. I believe in natural consequences. Yeah, there are punitive consequences, but natural consequences, I always try to roll and flow with the natural consequences, whether good or bad, concerning my choices. So it is possible after divorce to feel happy again, to feel good about yourself, to want to get up in the morning, to want to do things that you enjoy. Right now my life is very small and I just enjoy, being on YouTube right now, making these videos. I enjoy going to the gym, sitting in the hot tub, being in the steam room, walking around the pool. I enjoy spending time with my daughters and my grandsons and granddaughter. I am taking full advantage of being solo. And I haven't had any kind of partner in 2 years. It's been at least 2 years now. Just me. I actually like it. You don't know. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. I didn't know. You don't know until you get here. I have not been, I've never really been solo before. This is my first time. I started dating, willingly dating at age 14. So from age 14 clear up to about 2 years ago, I had never ever been solo, not for a long period of time at all. And before age 14, I was a molested child, so I've been touched by men, boys and men since I was 5 years old. As early as age 5, I've been touched, but on my own willingly. it was 14. And so now, I'm 55 years old, I'm solo, and it feels great. I had no idea. I had no idea that it could feel this good. But I had to give myself the time and let my life air out. Just let it air out. And I mean, like, I actually like myself, you know. I didn't think I would because that second marriage of 25 years, the past 10 years of it, once he made it very clear he didn't want me anymore and regretted marrying me and should have divorced me a long time ago and all that kind of stuff. Even though the whole marriage he was saying he didn't believe in divorce, I don't believe in divorce. He's a righteous man. I'm not like other men, all that kind of stuff. Regardless to all that, I wasn't sure how I would feel about myself being solo because we opened up the marriage. We opened up the marriage, and even though it was uncomfortable for me to live that way, you know, I did it. I did it. And because I was doing something that I wasn't sold on, but I didn't see any other way at the time. Um, I wasn't sure if I was going to like myself afterwards. I didn't know if I could tolerate or stand the fact that I let a man sink me so low. I allowed myself to be sunken so low, all in the name of marriage, all in the name of trying to be submissive to a man. You know, all I can say, I'm glad those days are over. I'm so glad, you know. And, for a little bit there, I was sad. I was sad that I spent 32 years with men that didn't really yield to much. In fact, it delayed my life on so many levels. And then they just walk off and marry other women like nothing ever happened, you know? So I had to forgive myself for being foolish and weak, you know? I had to forgive myself. I had to learn to like myself again. And for me, it took just rejecting all offers. After my husband left, there were other offers. And I'm a very good negotiator. So if I really wanted to be in a relationship right now, I could be. I mean, I know the world says that I'm old, ugly, unwanted, evil, black, all that good stuff. I understand all that, but at the end of the day, men still want sex. At the end of the day, they still want sex. You can be 5 years old and a man will touch you. My uncle was about 30 years old. I was five, and he was probably about 30. One of the uncles, it was three different uncles. One of them was 30 years old, touching a 5-year-old. So it's like men don't really have a lot of boundaries. They can go as low as five, they can go as low as infants. And I've seen men be with women that's 20 years older than them, 30 years older than them, you know? So it's just something about that erection. When a man closes his eyes, his erection goes in any direction. Nowadays, it's legal for two men to be married. So a penis will stick itself into anything. I'm just being dramatic, y'all. Ah, but anyway, back to me. But yeah, I mean, like, I let myself air out. I let myself grow. I let myself heal. I gave myself a chance. And it's working. It's working from the inside out. And so now I'm at the point where A lot of the initial fears I had of, oh my God, what if I can't do this by myself? I mean, from age 20 until about what? He walked out on me, the last husband walked out 2020. So from age 20 up until the year 2020, um, shoot, I've been with other people. I've been married, a legal wife, so I just had no idea what being by myself would feel like. And I'm glad that I'm gifting myself this. I mean, I could be by now married in Florida in a home down there, owning a church and, being a part of a home improvement business. I could be living that life. But there was something in me that just said, give yourself a chance. Don't tuck yourself back up under another man. Men will always be there, no matter what they say. No matter what they say, we don't want no old, ugly, black women. We don't want y'all. No matter what they say, they still be trying to get some. And not just, brothers either. White men, are interested. Um, so I don't really listen to what people say like that. I have to go by the evidence in my life. But on my channel, I stick with the I'm old, ugly, black, evil, the stuff that I've been hearing from my husband for years. You know what I mean? So, the old part, he never said old. We never were old enough to call each other old, but, he made it clear that, my dark skin was evil and he didn't want me and, all that. So, whatever. So here we are. I said, well, I've never felt that way about myself. I never felt that I was ugly. I never felt that I was too black and all this stuff. I just never, felt that way about myself. So I'm glad that I don't have to live with those words or those looks from his eyes. There's nothing worse than, looking into your husband's eyes and you can tell that he really would be thrown up in his mouth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? While doing you, still having sex. I still got to perform like a porn star, but I could tell he'd never wanted me. That's it's just so I can't explain how that feels. But right now, today, I don't have to worry about any of that. I have decentered men. I've decided to keep my legs closed, focus on me and my children and grandkids. And look in the mirror every day, tell myself I'm beautiful, or at least if I don't say the words, just, wink at myself like, hey, girl. And I have mirrors all over my house. I love mirrors. And that's because I've been a dancer my whole life, too. So I'm used to, having those mirrors on the walls and dance classes and stuff. And I'm used to being seen. I'm used to seeing myself. And if I'm at the point where I'm not valued in a man's mind, the way that I should be, then I'll give it to myself. I'll give it to myself. And then, I know that there's this whole thing out there about, you know, uh, black women, especially black women, y'all just gonna die alone, die alone. I have kids, I have grandkids. They will likely be there for me, you know. Like my grandson called me just a few minutes ago. Granny, can you come pick us up? It's about what, three of them, maybe four, three or four of them. Uh, it's two of my grandsons and then their cousin. They want to go shovel snow in my neighborhood. They only live like maybe 2 miles from me, but just 2 miles away in my neighborhood, they think they can make more money. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's wait until the people are up. Let's wait till maybe like 10 o'clock. We don't want to be, waking people up out of their sleep. So around 10, I'll go pick them up and they can, go around the neighborhood and shovel and make some money. My one grandson is 11, and the other few days ago when it was snowing, he and his cousin, they went out and made about $40 a piece shoveling snow. I'm like, that's what's up, because he does my lawn in the summer. My 11-year-old grandson, he'll be 12 this year, and he's my lawn man. Before him was his older brother, Caden. But Caden's 15, about to be 16. In the past almost 2 years, he's been working at McDonald's, Jimmy John's, Happy's Pizza, McDonald's. He's been working those kind of jobs. And I take him back and forth to work. Uh, his auntie, my daughter that lives here with me, we take him back and forth to work. And, we keep these boys working. Shoot. I was a worker, and my daughter is currently a worker. She's young, no husband, no kids. So she's 31 and she's working her career. And so, you know, I don't see myself dying alone. I don't, and I don't limit um, loneliness or not. It's not, I don't determine that on having a man in my life or in my bed or not. And based on what I have researched and seen in my own life around the people I know and stuff, women outlive men. So women have no choice but to quote unquote die alone. Most men die first. Most men do. They die way before their wife do. So most women end up with their kids and grandkids anyway, whether it's divorce or an actual death or whatever, being left for another woman, somehow, some way. Most women, quote unquote, die alone anyway. But I have kids, I have grandkids, and then Lord willing, I'll have great grandkids. And so I should have a lot of people around me when I'm dead. And if I don't have nobody around me, I'm still cool. It is okay. If I'm in a nursing home or a hospital and just happen to die and no one's there, hey, I'll be gone. This world will be over and it's cool. But I also wanted to say that I'm one of those people, even when I was a little girl, I couldn't wait to be grown. You know how some kids, you know, can't wait to be grown. Well, I was one of them. I couldn't wait to be grown. And once I was grown, I've always had friends older than me. I mean, I've always had friends in my own age group, but I really had women at least 10 years older than me my whole life. You know, as a young woman in church, as a married woman, I've always had hung out with the mothers of the church, um, women older than me, and stuff like that. So I'm one of those people. I never was like scared to get old or aging don't scare me and don't bother me. I look forward to it. Like I am counting the days for when I'm 62. I cannot wait to be 62 so I can get my social security check, Lord willing, it'll be there. And, collect that little pension or whatever that I, earned from the marriage. And, I can't wait to just have nothing to think about but just enjoying my family and going to church. Now, I'm kind of living that now because I have alimony, but the alimony will run out. It's going to run out. And so I'm preparing for that. I'm preparing for that. And after that happens, I'll just have a few years left until 62 to, work some jobs, do something to at least get. I don't have a mortgage, but I still got taxes, property taxes. I still got insurance and utility bills and stuff. So I'll be able to figure it out. My monthly expenses are not huge. Like to live in my home, I spend about 1,200 a month on everything. Like not that we have to pay property taxes every month or nothing like that, but if you spread the property tax over 12 months, if you add up the property tax, the home insurance, the light bill, gas bill, water bill, um, all that stuff add up to be about 1,200 a month. So even when my alimony run out, I still won't have a whole lot to have to make up for. But in the meantime, while on alimony, I don't work. I was a stay-at-home wife and mom. I was a stay-at-home wife and mom for 32 years. And I'm glad that just because he left me for the white woman of his life, of his dreams, He had that Martin Luther King dream thing. And so, after being married to me for well over 25 years, he finally was able to get to that white woman. He got her, y'all. So many black men have got to have a white woman. What they say, if it don't snow, I don't go. And, all those phrases and stuff. Well, my husband, y'all can throw a party for him. He made it. He made it, y'all. He crossed over. So now that he's free of black women and into his white woman world, I'm just tapping out. I'm tapping out. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna rebuild my self esteem, rebuild myself, and I've been doing it. And love on me. That's still black love. When I love me, that's black love. And my kids are black, all the way black, and my grandkids are all the way black, and I'm happy. I have my black family, and I'm good. And we're good. And we're gonna figure this out together. We have been figuring this out together. Especially my one grandson, um, Caden, the older one. Ever since my husband left me, he has really, really been there for me. We are so close. My grandson. And I just like the way he called my name. I just like the way he say granny. I just like the way he look at me. I like that he call me, for whatever he need, you know? And I like being able to be there. And I like the young man he's turning into. And, I look forward to if he decide to go to college, helping him pick out college. I look forward to all that, you know? So, um, and we have conversations about girls and I mean, I pick up his when he goes on dates. He's allowed to date, so I pick up his girlfriends. Well, he doesn't claim girlfriends anymore. He's past that. When he was like 13, 14, you know, he was liking girls and wanted them to be his girlfriend. But he didn't get a little older now, 15, almost 16. He's like, oh no, nah, no, we just friends. Everybody's just friends. I'm like, oh okay. But what was this like last week? Last Friday, not this past Friday, but a week ago Friday, I had picked up. He had just got off work, and as soon as I picked him up from work, he had me pick up a girl, and I'm like, okay, all right, and she had her little skates. I took them skating. They went skating, and he took his 11-year-old brother with him. So dropped them off at skating. And, that's how I was with my kids. I helped my kids learn to date. I was always dropping them off at the movies because I want to know who's with who and who I want to know who are you with and where y'all going. And, I just want to be able to look the people in the eyes who's around my kids and grandkids. That's just me, so I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying it, just me. And I don't have a negative attitude like, I don't need no man. No, that's not my attitude. I was married for 32 years. I got my man use, okay? I got my use out of men, and men got their use out of me. Trust. I'm fulfilled. When it comes to a man, it's not that I don't need none no more. I've been fulfilled already. How about that? I've been fulfilled. So, but now I can just enjoy being me and it feels good to be able to speak to any man I want now. You know what I mean? I can dress how I want, speak to any man I want, you know. Because when you're married, you have to be, considerate of them and, you know, whatever. But I don't have all those restrictions now. I can smile and flirt. I can be flirty and, and take my butt home. Okay. So, and I like to get dressed. And back in the day, I couldn't wait to be dressed for my husband, and I used to dress in front of him. Like, pick out the clothes. Should I wear this? Should I wear this? And then, I like to, get dressed in front of him, put the clothes on in front of him. I used to love to do that. And most of the time he would, act like it was no big deal, like he didn't really notice or whatever. But I didn't care. I just had to pretend he did because I like it. I like it. But, there were times he would, act like, it was something special. But for the most part, he didn't. But I am a very expressive, like I'm a performer, like on stage performance kind of person, So I like an audience, I've been this way my whole life. So I said, before I'm ignored by a man again that I'm giving sex to and raising kids and all that and giving my all to, before I do that and he treat me like he don't notice me and all that, just forget it. Forget it. Because whenever I pass the mirror, I'd be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I do it for myself. I had to learn to do it for myself. You know, it is what it is. And I'm just not going to give any other man the pleasure of treating me that way. And I know it's a 50-50 chance that I could meet someone that would treat me just wonderful, exactly the way I want to be treated, whatever. At my age and at this stage, it's not worth the risk because it's a 50-50 chance. That is just too high. Based on the fact that I spent 32 years being treated like I wasn't special. So I'd rather not gamble and just know 100% that I'm going to treat myself well, you know. And again, I'm not anti-men. I still go out, and if a man want to dance, I'm going to dance. If he want to buy me a drink, I'm going to let him buy me a drink, whatever. I'm not, pushing nobody away, but I'm just not going to overcommit, bring nobody home, have sex, none of the other stuff. And if he's going to move on to the next girl that do, cool. I've put my time in, and I feel good about what I did in my marriages. I didn't feel so good about having to open it up. But had I not opened it up, I would have spent the next 10 years just waiting on him to leave me. But at least I didn't waste those 10 years waiting for him to leave me for a white woman. I spent those 10 years going on vacations, exploring life. Um, I didn't know the extent that my attraction was for women. I've discovered that I like women too during that time. Um, all kind of stuff. But right now, I'm not involved with anybody, no man, no woman, nobody. I just have a few friends that I talk to on the phone. And there's the possibility of something in the future, possibly. But I'm in no big hurry. I have never been solo in my life. To be honest, really, I haven't been solo. I've never not had men touch me in a sexual way. I just didn't know what that was. And now that I do, it's only been 2 years, so I'm not, you know, but I'm just saying, I mean, like, I didn't know. And now I know it just feels normal. I guess this is what normal is, you know? So, yeah. So if there are other women out there that are wondering, oh my God, when this divorce ends or, when my husband leave me, what am I going to do? I mean, is anybody else going to want me? Is this going to happen? I'm here to tell you that, yeah, you're going to go through some processing, but there will be a day when the load is so much lighter. You will enjoy yourself again. You will love yourself again. You will get to know the new you, and you will be able to forgive yourself and accept yourself. And you will be able to move forward as though you're not some bad person. To me, I've never been a bad person anyway. Never. But opening up that marriage and going through what we went through in that process, it just made me feel dirty. And especially when he went after our daughter's girlfriend. My one daughter, she likes girls. She's never really been into men like that. I mean, like even in high school, you know, but he took one of her girlfriends, and that right there, that can just sink you. That it triggered my second suicide attempt, put it that way. It triggered the second suicide attempt. So anyway, but all that is behind us now. And I'm glad, I'm so thankful. I actually prayed that God will take that desire of a wife, that feeling of a wife away, take it away. And He did. He did. He didn't take my desire for men completely away. The feeling of being a submissive wife, because I submitted hard in marriage. And I had to ask God to remove it because the men that I meet don't value it. They don't have a need for it. The men that I've met since my husband and I divorced, or since my husband left me and divorced me, um, they don't mind laying up with me. They don't mind spending money. They don't mind going on trips. They don't mind all that kind of stuff. And they don't even mind living together. But they don't want to be committed. And when I say committed, I'm not even talking legal marriage. I don't necessarily need legal marriage. I don't need it unless there's a, multi billionaire. Okay, a multi-millionaire. If they just have nothing else to do with their money but to marry me and leave it to me, so be it. I'll get married under those conditions. But other than that, there's just no need under the sun for me to ever marry again. Not after 32 years. That's just my opinion on my life. And so, but all I can do is just, let people know that it is possible to love yourself, be with yourself, and just have friends. People that can, you know, just enjoy your company and let you be free. And it just feels good to have family because I was one of those women who did not want children. My first marriage, we got married with the understanding that I did not want kids. Now, that wasn't going to shut his life down because he had other women. So he just would have had babies with other people. No big deal. It was not a problem. So, yeah, I'm good. Finally, finally. And I'm glad I gifted this to myself. It's a gift that I had to give to myself. I had to deal with my negative emotions. Of course, dealing with positive emotions is easy, you know, but managing your evil side, your bad side, your weaknesses, your insecurities, all that stuff that's considered low vibrational. I had to deal with all that by myself. And that is the best gift I've ever given myself. And now I want to stay this way. I want to stay healed. I don't want to risk getting involved with someone and being torn all the way down again. Because when I get too low, too broke down, I become suicidal. So it ain't worth all that. No relationship is worth that. So it's best that I accept who I am and know who I am and know my strengths and weaknesses and just avoid serious relationships ever again. Just avoid them. Don't date nobody. Don't have no sex because I don't want to lead anybody on. I don't want to turn nobody on. None of that. Period. I don't want no one doing that to me, and I'm not going to do it to nobody because I really do care about people's souls. I care about people's spirits. I care about the inside of people. And so, if it's best for me to stay to myself, you know, to keep myself whole and stay to myself so that other people can keep themselves whole, then so be it. That's a really great gift to the world in general. So, again, just encouraging other people to stay focused. If you're at the beginning of your pain and suffering and you're still crying and all this kind of stuff, hang in there. It does get better. If you're in the middle of that, hang in there. I'm on the end of it, the tail end of it. And I'm going to hang in here, you know, and continue being thankful and continue sharing my stories. You know, when I first started the channel, I shared a lot of Bible scriptures and shared the Bible a lot and all that. And then I just became more personal. You know, I'm going through this stage where I don't really pull the Bible out as much at the moment, and it's all very just personal. And then I mix it with politics and current events and stuff like that, you know. And all of this, at the end of the day, all of this work that I'm putting into this channel and, you know, my healing process and journey and all is going toward writing books. And the main one is called The Eternal Deficit of Mankind. It's a theory that I've created and I'm developing. It's my work. The eternal deficit of mankind. We owe Most High. We owe Him. And how He tests what we owe Him, how He uh, discern, is based on how we treat one another. Of course, the relationship we have with Him, and then how we treat one another. How we treat one another matters. Now, I know we live in a world that uses the cancel culture and ghosting people and all of that. We get a, I mean, it's like almost fun. People get a real kick and high out of tricking people, ghosting them, ignoring them, you know, and all that. Well, Most High is keeping score. He is. No matter how much we enjoy what we're doing, hurting people and, you know, pumping and dumping people and all that. Most High is keeping score. He is. Whether you see it or not, feel it or not, know it or not, the scales of life will balance. So yeah, I'm not anti men. I'm not against men. Nothing like that at all. I have served men my whole life. I was submissive when I didn't even need to be. You know what I'm saying? I was almost forced into it, almost, you know, like forced past my limits. And so now, all that energy that I've put into husbands, I can put all that into me. Whew. I mean, like, if I can put all the energy that I put into husbands into myself, as I have been for the past couple years, things will be looking pretty good when I'm 62. All my kids and grandkids will be set up the way I want them to be. You know, the best I can anyway. But, you know, like I want to set up college savings. Now, the older one, he's 15, 16. So he's a little older. So, you know, helping him will be more direct. But the other ones, I can set them up with like, you know, college savings accounts like I did my kids. I had two daughters, and then the second marriage, we adopted two boys and raised those boys together. We raised those boys together. And regardless to the condition of our marriage, we still stuck to the commitment of the kids. And so, yeah, if I can put all that energy that I had put into the marriage, I'm putting into myself now. And I think that's why I'm smiling. I think I'm smiling from the inside is because I'm regifting myself what I had just freely gave away to men, giving it to myself. And that's why I previously on my channel, not so much these days, but previously when I was, especially when I was doing the tarot cards, it's not that I don't do tarot no more. It's just that it's taking a back seat at the moment. Me going live is what I'm into most now. But I think I forgot what I was trying to say. Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to do all kind of things on my channel. And it's not that I don't do those things anymore. Like Bible scriptures, tarot, it's not that they're not going to be done ever again. It's just that right now I'm in a different phase on my channel. And so I appreciate you all listening to me, being supportive. My channel is a slow grow, but I'm averaging about 10 subscribers a day now. I'm like, what? Oh my God. So click like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share my videos, continue to watch them. I have like 5,400 videos now. So go ahead, knock yourself out. Um, I'm not monetized on any social media at all. So if you just want to be a blessing to my life, it's appreciated. I have PayPal, and my PayPal is Dr. Leisha the Preacher, just like on my channel. All right, you guys be blessed. Thanks again. Bye.